Anton Kallberg here is, well, someone who's coming up the rankings, someone who's been on the outer tables, I think, over the tournaments, trying to qualify. Great to see him get on the main table here and underline his improvements, Dan, someone we rate highly.
Anton's had an incredible run. He's took out Lee Sang-soo, Jae-yoon from Korea. I mean, Nima as well in the round of 32. And we know Anton's very dangerous. He's got really difficult serves. I know a lot of players struggle against them, and he's a dangerous player right now up against Ovtcharov here.
Yeah, someone in European circles has been talked about for a little while with his achievements in the European Champions League. The top European players know all about this guy and how good he can be, but now on the world table tennis stage, as you say, he fell final qualifying round actually for the contender event, lost to Daniel Harbison 12-10 in the fifth. We talk about how difficult the qualies are to get through, but now, of course, here in the main draw, he's shown what he can do, as you say, with those wins. Big wins over Lee and An in the last couple of rounds. Big test for him here, though, against the winner from the contender event. He just keeps on winning in singles, Domitrij Ovtcharov.
Yeah, Domitrij, in the form of his life right now. Taking out Harimoto, Lin Minru last week, and Matthias Falk. Of course, Anton Kallberg's teammate from Sweden. Yeah, it's going to be a real battle, this one.
Yeah, wins here, of course, over Ahmed Saleh, the Egyptian, and then Sharath Kamal Ashanta, the Indian, who knocked out his compatriot Patrick Francisca, one of the upsets of the early rounds. He saw off Ashanta 3-0. He's just, we said it, similar things round to round, don't we? He's just so hungry, he looks so motivated, and he was hungry to win the first WTT men's singles. I think he's now hungry to add another one. Try and add back-to-back titles to begin this new era for the sport. Ovtcharov wants to be part of that, wants to be part of the history. He already is. And now, in the business end of another event here, this star contender, the opportunity presents itself again to add some further history here into the world table tennis books and to be part of it. Best of 5, then second quarter-final in the men's singles here in Doha. Anton Kallberg to take on Domitrij Ovtcharov for a semi-final spot. What's characterised Ovtcharov throughout last week and this been these starts. Really only the match with Saleh, the first match of the tournament for him here, where he started a bit slowly. Otherwise, Dan, he's been absolutely on it from the off in every single match. Absolutely,
and this is what Domitrij Ovtcharov has proved over the last few years, is his counter topspin. This ball here, both backhand and forehand side, he just always goes for it. Very similar to Harimoto, not much blocking. You won't see Domitrij block that much unless if he's under, real heavy fire. He will try and counter, like here. But good spin there from Anton, gets a point on the score sheet. Good dig there, low and deep into the crossover of Ovtcharov. Brilliant receive, good variation. So low. Domitrij is picking it off the floor.
2, 3.
Down for the first towel down. Ovtcharov missing his mark in the end there.
Yeah, it's good there from Anton. Kept the pressure, stayed close to the table, using that backhand counter topspin.
Counter again from Ovtcharov. Kallberg doing a good job of being aggressive initially.
Well, against most players, that shot from Kallberg there would have been over. Fantastic shot, but Domitrij managed to claw it back in. And that's the level of, the seeded players. They're very good at still returning the most difficult shots. It can surprise you.
5-4.
Yeah, there are no surprises really in European circles here. I mean, Ovtcharov has played Kallberg a couple of times before. They all know each other. Standard, of course, in Europe, and something you know well, Dan. You know a lot of the players well in these circles, Dima and the others. And it's not like there are unknown quantities here. It's not like Anton hasn't been around.
Oh no. In fact, Anton trains off in Dusseldorf, plays with Dusseldorf in the German league, and obviously Domitrij trains at Dusseldorf as well. So I'm sure they practice against each other a lot as well, Anton and Domitrij. Dusseldorf, the German national team training centre. Roscoff, the league coach there, doing great things.
Yeah, Borussia Düsseldorf winning the Champions League, the European Champions League title yet again. End of last year rather.
7-5.
Just caught the net on the way through there, so another towel down, and it's the Swede with the leader 2 here, and the services to come. He talked about the services of the Swede, real area of his game, strength area.
Yeah, it's a good placement. See, Domitrij initially thought it was coming long, and then you have to step in for the short serve.
6-8.
Grosskloff offering his applause there. Tight first game, this one.
Slight unforced error, I feel there, Anton. Domitrij, I don't think meant to serve that high and bouncy. But it worked.
No mistake there.
No, that time read it well.
Services to come then for Kallberg to take this opening game. Yeah, fantastic play. And he's not been overawed by the occasion here, the main table. First time on it, of course, match play for the Swede. But taking it to the man in form here. Ovtcharov, the winner of the contender event, hasn't, of course, lost a game in his couple of wins so far, but he's facing down here 3 game points.
8-10.
There's that backhand flick there from Domitrij. Loads of spin. Hard to keep low. Saves 1 game point.
Fortunate ending to the game for Kallberg. But he's taken the first off Ovtcharov, the first game that the German has dropped, and it's the Swede on top here.
Yeah, this receive here to the net is unreturnable. Ball just gets stunned on the top part of the net.
Just the first part of the job done here. I think the reaction there tells it all really from Kallberg. Just 1 game done and dusted. Long way to go there. The head-to-head between the two. It's Ovtcharov who's won the previous couple of meetings. They took place at the European Championships back in 2015. Ovtcharov won there 4-1, and then won at the World Team Table Tennis Championships in Halmstad. Of course, Kallberg was on home soil there 2018, but it was Ovtcharov who won 3-1 there in that one. Because the Swede has done so much improving since then, though. always you've got to look at head-to-heads, previous matches, look at the context. And they took place, I mean, those World Championships, best part, pretty much 3 years ago now.
Domitrij now using his backhand serve. Try and get a few more looser returns from Anton. Both worked well there, 2-0 lead. Another thing that the you know, the real top guys do, they know when to change their game and try different tactics if something didn't work in the previous game, and they're good at spotting what's working and what isn't. Again, I said it's Anton serves, they're becoming tricky for Domitrij. You see the backspin on the ball there.
Oh yeah, now Ovtcharov catches on a drive there, just to find the table.
Whew. Brilliant, wasn't it?
Clean kill.
Yeah, not easy to do that, but notice the way Anton stepped into the table on that forehand. It allows him to have that pressure, that force going into the ball. Moving in is so important here, over the table.
Saw there Hans-Peter Blomqvist, who is on the bench for Kallberg, the Swede.
Timeout.
Domitrij's called a timeout.
Yeah.
Early timeout.
Relatively early timeout, as you say, down in the second game here. Groskov up on his feet, and then say Blomqvist as well. Opportunity to speak to Kallberg.
Da geht gut drauf in der Halbzeit. Du kannst jeden Ball spielen, das Problem dann.
Oh, he's underlining his potential at the moment here, Kallberg. What we know about him, they know all about him as well from the Champions League. The fact he played for Borussia Düsseldorf. He was key actually in the run because in their title, I mean, it's not like he's the only player they have at their disposal. Obviously, Timo Boll is the leader of that team, has been for ages. But Kallberg went undefeated in the European Champions League, won all 8 of his singles matches, which takes some doing with the level of opponent that you've got there in that competition, including getting the final point they needed. They got the 3-1 win over Patrick Franziska's team, Saarbrücken, in the finals.
This backhand counter, yeah, relentless. Good touch.
He went in with the nice little dink serve, he's trying everything Ovtcharov, but the problem is not a lot's coming off at the moment.
He's under a lot of pressure. Anton's winning the short game. He's countering well. That's a nice shot there from Domitrij.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's business, isn't it? All business. Kallberg here.
I feel Domitrij needs to dig long more and then try and go for the counter, because when he's trying to receive the serves quite tight, often Anton has been coming in with the flicks, with the third ball kills. Let's see. See, that's where Domitrij's good. Anton did a slow open up and then Domitrij could straight away counter topspin. He's had more success in that exchange. Good rally this.
Quality of the receive.
Yeah, he just read it. Domitrij tried to catch him off guard, but Anton's just there.
And look from Ovtcharov there. I think he knows that shortly he might be going 2 games down. And in the best of 5, that's going to be a pretty perilous position to be in. Oh! Defence from Kallberg. It was so good.
Domitrij just stopped for a second. It's like, oh, it's landed.
Recovered well. Second game point.
You see, again, Domitrij, it works well from there. You know, letting Anton do a slow, half-long pickup and then come in with the counter.
Service though now with the Swede here for these 3rd and 4th game points. Timeout called. He wants it as well.
Timeout.
Yeah, timeout needed there. Just lost a bit of momentum.
Yeah, both using their timeouts. Not even quite through 2 games of this one.
Said already, because it's best of 5, these early games are just so crucial. I mean, the difference between 1-0 and a 2-0 lead is just massive.
Yeah, he's had the 3 game points. Now 1 more with the service. And with that, it's Peter Blomqvist here. A few deep breaths here really from Kallberg. And get over the line in this second game. So 3 game points gone here off the timeout. Kallberg here still with 1 more opportunity on his own service to take a 2-game lead. No. Is this going to prove a pivotal moment in this quarter-final? 10-6 up. Now Ovtcharov with the service here, back at 10 each. Remember, it's rotating service now, 1 each. So we get a 2 clear point margin. And that's good from Kallberg there, having had the 10-6 to come out with that. Fifth game point. And there we go then. He has converted it eventually. Needed a few bites, but Anton Kallberg now 2 games up on the contender champion Domitrij Ovtcharov here in the Star Contender event in this quarter-final.
What a starter here for Anton. 2-0 against Domitrij Ovtcharov, last week's contender winner. A guy you was talking about how well Anton's done in the Champions League, winning all 8 matches. Just had a message in here from Max from Sweden. Just said that Anton's only lost 2 matches all season in the Bundesliga. He's won 24 out of 26.
It's incredible. I mean, I focus on the finals, obviously. You focus in on, obviously, you've got an expert there. But, I mean, that's, at that level, if you think about the opponents you're up against all the time, to put that sort of run together, oh.
He's informed. Domitrij is under pressure. He's under a lot of pressure here.
If anyone else has got some great stats as well, get in touch with us. Hashtag WTT Doha. The standard's been set there. That's a pretty good contribution, high level. But yeah, get in touch with us. Of course, the social, digital and social at WTT on the Instagram, the Twitter. Got match highlights of this coming up on the official website, worldtabletennis.com as well afterwards. All matches, we have highlights as well. If you miss anything, you're covered. Everything you need to know about world table tennis. This new era for the sport, and this Swede is at the head of it. 2 up here on Domitrij Ovtcharov.
We saw last week, though, Domitrij is capable of comebacks. 2-0 down against Harimoto, so we can't write him off just yet.
The question for you again then, though, I mean, that's a best of 7.
Good point.
This is best of 5. Any sort of difference in how he shapes up here? I mean, he's not playing quite as well, though, is he? I mean, here, if you compare it with the first, well, the whole of that match, but in the first 2 games with Harimoto, it's so good. He's suffering a little bit. I mean, Kallberg's played really, really well. But how do you assess Ovtcharov so far?
I feel like Kallberg has done very well in not letting Domitrij play. He's been serving really well. He's been making some really good third ball attacks in crucial moments. His short game is just, I mean, look at that backhand there. It's loaded with spin. And that all came from the short game. A good heavy dig, caught Domitrij off guard. And then straight in. And also to the body as well, good placement. I really feel like as well, Anton is really relaxed, he's really comfortable. If Domitrij can get a lead, maybe if he can go 7-4 up or something, just somehow get ahead in this game, Anton may stiffen up a little bit and may not be as loose, but at a minute he's...
Oh, he's fluid, isn't he?
Yeah.
The long serve there is long. Yeah, it's such a good time. I mean, if you think of this draw as well, used to seeing the Asia as a region dominate, but actually, if you look at this men's singles, I mean, the quarter-final lineup that we've had here, 5 of the 8 men left European.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure the world will enjoy that as well. Different styles.
Because on the women's side, very, very Asia dominated. I mean, we've seen that at the big events. We've seen that here in Doha, here in world table tennis so far. It's just a fact. That's what it is. I mean, you've got so many good players, but from that area. But and of course the same as well on the men's side. But the Europeans on the men's side are very strong as well.
And they're up in the level these days, and
you've got 2 powerhouses, traditional powerhouses of European table tennis. Of course, these 2 countries, these 2 represent Germany and Sweden. You know, think of Kallberg, all the the legends of the sport come from his country.
First time Anton's used that serve, the kicker. Very famous in Sweden, that serve, the Pergerel type serve. Good spin there from Domitrij. I mean, Domitrij ain't going to give up. He's an absolute fighter, and he's going to keep the grit. Good shot there from Domitrij. I mean, Anton played so well to keep that ball low over the net. Here it is again. This one.
Yeah, it's much better from Ovtcharov. Now how dangerous he can still be in this situation. All that experience.
Honestly, Guy, I just feel if Domitrij can get us a lead, momentum could shift quite quickly. Domitrij is very good at stringing a load of shots together very quickly, and
it's been his problem though, isn't it, so far? He hasn't been able to get that lead.
No.
It'll be fascinating to see if he can get it here.
That's the first time really I've seen Domitrij really play a good combination in this game.
So fast. Kallberg onto the opportunity. Anything. Seizing on it.
Okay. 6-8.
Solid couple of service points there from the Swede. Back in front. Races away, and Ovtcharov is trying to get something going here. The quality of his points here, these last few moments, just taking it up a notch, the German.
That's phenomenal. 3 backhand counters in a row against Anton's forehand. Again, that short game, the short game, the touches of Anton around the net is fierce. Look at this here, he's taking it so early, not giving Domitrij time to really react to it, and then that 5th ball attack.
No change really in the expression of Jörg Roskopf. He's got to be a bit concerned though here with Kallberg, 2 points from the win. Still that way.
Anton just snatching it there. Slightly overstretched the technique. That deception.
That's classy, isn't it? Just the disguise from Ovtcharov.
At last minute, Anton thought that's coming into his forehand. And the fade, changing the wrist angle on contact.
Takes that point then off the Ovtcharov service. He's troubled him throughout there, Kallberg. And it's the Swede who has match point. Oh, so close there. Backhand flick receive. It was there on his racket.
Huge point, that one. Deuce, 10-10.
That's surprising. I mean, as by Kallberg standards, I mean, floated it up there, but it was deep. But Ovtcharov had an opportunity there.
This is usually Domitrij's banker, that backhand open.
Second match point for the Swede.
Domitrij grinding in there with the forehand. Anton knows he's got to play something to close this out because Domitrij will keep that ball coming back.
He's struggled throughout, really, hasn't he, with so far with Kallberg's serves and third ball attacks. Just the serve full stop, the variety, the quality of it. Third match point. No, again. Frustration for Kallberg. He's so close. Again, it's another one where he's had the opportunity.
It's there on the receipt. For the attack, yeah.
Oh.
Do you think that's going in his mind? If I get this on, I've beat Domitrij. Is that happening, or? It's such a psychological battle to be able to get your best shots on in the most pressured moments. Again, a good serve.
To his credit, Kallberg, he keeps coming back in this situation. And you think 2 of those match points he's had plays, hasn't let it affect him following up. 4th match point.
Oh, again, that forehand fade.
Oh.
What a combination. Domitrij knew exactly what he was doing there.
Yeah, no chance this time, really. Now, after the 4 match points, for once, not clinical on the 3rd ball, Kallberg, as he's been throughout. Ovtcharov with game point to take this into a 4th.
He's back in it.
Yeah, he is. Kallberg there, 4 match points the Swede had. That's going to hurt him. And Domitrij Ovtcharov capitalises. He's back into this quarter-final here in Doha. Kallberg now leads just 2 games to 1.
Domitrij using that backhand serve a lot more in this game. Mixed it up. Anton just sent through the last few of his shots long.
You look back on 2 of those 4 match points, really, and he had plays, the backhand flick received, the forehand as well, 2nd and 3rd match points. But Ovtcharov has found a way. It's a different sort of path to a lot of his victories, where he's been brilliant here. He's just needed to hang in there, but he's back into this best of 5 now, no question. 2-1 down. Of course, it's Tomokazu Harimoto who awaits, and it looked like it was going to be the Swede Kallberg who was going through to play him. Looked like any chances of a rematch from the contender event between Harimoto and Ovtcharov would be dashed, but with that latest turn of events, maybe it's still a possibility. It still is a possibility, maybe it's a real one. Kallberg here can be very interesting to see him mentally, how he shapes up early in this 4th game, having had 4 match points there to seal it in 3. We talk a lot in commentary, don't we, about pressing the reset button. If you're out there, try doing that easily.
Yeah, easier said than done.
That's the task, though, for Kallberg, the Swede here. He's had 4 match points, hasn't got it done, but still, I suppose, has to keep telling himself he's still 2-1 up here. If you ask him beforehand in a match with Domitrij Ovtcharov, you'd be 2-1 up, go into the 4th, and I think he would have signed off on that position. It's just with how it's happened, it'd be a tough one for him.
For sure. And Domitrij, it's very hard to close a game out against Domitrij. He'll fight until the absolute end.
1-0.
So Roscoff on the sideline, it looked like Roscoff was saying, you know, Domitrij, you need to dig long more. Play long. Get ready for the counter. It's interesting because Anton does have a lot more serves in his weaponry, and he hasn't really used the jabs type serves yet, which is interesting.
2-0.
Oh,
that's trademark Ovtcharov.
Absolutely relentless, straight through. 110% commitment and conviction.
net. Not vertical. 3-2.
And so as a fly or something. Wants to get in on the action.
Don't blame. The ripper from Kallberg there. There's been quite a lot of that, hasn't there? That commitment, both of them now, to attack.
Yeah, Anton is so good at setting himself up for these big attacks. He's very good in the short game. He's digging well and then getting out for the big follow-up.
He's just been winning a lot of matches. You mentioned the great stat we were contributed, of course, from the European Champions League, which is still, you know, in the context of things, is actually relatively recent times, because you think it's not normal times in terms of the amount of matches players are being able to play. And of course, that was a full competition. Kallberg out of picture for most of the time, out of shot, but managing to tease the error out of Dima.
Yeah, he managed to put in a big backhand topspin at the end on the last shot, which made the ball kick up with spin. This one here, watch the kick, jumps. There's that long push that Roscoff was talking about in the coaching corner. You know, press long. Got to mix it up. Then the short version will become more effective. When Domitrij now plays short, Anton may not be expecting it. It's that variation on the receive. Yeah.
4-5.
Good recovery here from Anton.
Dima here looking to find another level. He was basically he was sitting, wasn't he, back there, and he still kept coming with interest.
On the floor.
So strong. He's putting up a wall, isn't he, there at times. Kallberg just couldn't break through it. He's won an awful lot of matches. Back on that point about Kallberg, not just the European Champions League. The fact that he fell final round of the qualies for the contender event, could have easily been in the main draw there as well. Lost to Daniel Harbison in the fifth, 12-10.
That's brilliant. Anton was on the upper hand of that point there, ripped through the backhand, but Domitrij managed to just claw it in. It's so deep to the white line.
And you've got a guy here, the Swede, who's been winning an awful lot of matches and is giving Ovtcharov here an awful lot of problems, but the former world #1 here, he's needing to extract more from himself, and that's exactly what he's doing, having had the brush with defeat. That absolute close shave in the third, with all those match points for the Swede. His fourth game, a real show of resilience.
7-6.
Good counter there from Anton. He's waiting for it. I thought Domitrij might try his fade shot again, but went cross court.
Okay.
New ball into play then, just testing it out here. 12 with the service here. Razor thin advantage. Not for long.
7-0.
Just spots something with the table there. He wants it dried. And it came through. Didn't come through maybe as he wanted, whatever. As you were pointing out earlier, Dan, these pros, eagle eyes, they can just spot anything, anything that's slightly out of... we've had Ovtcharov, of course, query camera positions, haven't we, at the start of matches. Anything that just slightly affects the routine, they're on it, and you can understand why. Again, that third ball attack from Kallberg throughout really has been so good.
Yeah, again, this is where maybe Domitrij needs to try and dig long. He's trying to keep it short, but it's popping up.
Seven, 9.
Keeps the pressure on the German again here. Both serves held by Kallberg.
Yeah, this is where Kallberg's been so good with his service and receiving throughout this match.
8, 9.
I feel like Kallberg's just going for a bit too much. He's got the opportunity there. Maybe just a slower spin, get the ball in play, deep and low, rather than rushing it. Oh, that time, though, he got it on.
Why question him, Dan?
My bad.
When he can do that. No, you're right. And it'd be interesting to see what he does here now at match point again. Because he's got the service, how he decides to approach it. He's almost there again. 4 match points he had, of course, in that third game. Ended up losing it 15-13. 2 more here to knock Ovtcharov out.
Again, Domitrij saving one.
Sixth match point for Kallberg of the contest. No.
10, oh.
Well.
How Domitrij managed to get enough backspin on the ball there. The serve was long from Anton, and he's pushed it and kept it tight. 10-10.
The mentality of Domitrij Ovtcharov here. He is teak tough, and he's showing it.
Seems to just raise his level when the chips are down.
Kallberg has had 6 match points. Ovtcharov, the opportunity now to take this all the way. And he has done a real show of resilience, of mental strength from Domitrij Ovtcharov. Anton Kallberg has had 6 match points now, but he still hasn't closed this out. Indeed, it's 2 each.
I'm pretty sure everyone watching has just written Domitrij off, but somehow he just finds a way. Anton again, he's getting the ball he wants. He's just, Domitrij's pushing long now. He's got a spin opportunity there, but just missing. Maybe Anton's just seeing that finishing line and just can't get over it.
Yeah.
How many's that been? 6?
6. Yeah, Dan. 4 in the third game, 2 more there. And remember, he had them on his racket as well. He had the service at 10-8 as well.
The 2 pushes that Domitrij did at 10-8 down, were just unreal. And that's one thing that's going to be key in this 5th game, is who is going to be winning that short game to get the attacks in.
Well, in a way, you can't believe that Ovtcharov's back here at 2 each, but in another way you can, and I think he can believe that he can, because this is what he's shown through his career. Ability to dig in. Saying all that, really, Anton Kallberg will feel he should have won this match by now. You go back over those match points, he's had plays, he's had opportunities, but he's in a 5th. The semi-final spot at stake here in Doha. WTT star contender Doha, the new dawn for the sport. And a dramatic match. Another one here in this Middle East hub is developing. More to come here. 2 each now. Kallberg and Ovtcharov. The Swede here starts the decider.
1, low.
eventually got through Kallberg's fish. Away from the table there.
Domitrij here twiddles his bat, then uses his red side. See that? On the smash. His red rubber's a bit quicker. 1-1. Insane stuff. So explosive from both players.
Well, you've said a few times, Dan, we both have, the expression, this is what the sport, what this new brand of world table tennis is all about. But I mean, it's true. It's the setting, isn't it? It inspires the individuals to greater heights.
For sure.
This sort of match is exactly what it's designed for. The big stage, under the lights, the blue on black, the dramatic setting, and you have two terrific talents. Of course, we know all about Ovtcharov. A lot of viewers wouldn't know about Kallberg, what he's done. The table tennis community know about him, but new viewers are seeing him now, what this guy can do.
Absolutely, and he started off so strong here, 4-1.
And this is the definition of what this is about. The WTT star contender. You have the star in Ovtcharov, the winner from the contender event, against very much the contender, the rising star, the Swede, Kallberg. Who is going to prevail? Again, it's the Swede ahead.
In that first half of the fifth there, Anton, incredible serve and receives, his relentless attacking ability. And always finding the body of Ovtcharov as well. He's pressing hard over the table.
1-5.
Very good, efficient movement, clinical from Kallberg that time.
Yeah, again, good touch play. Anton straight in again, straight to the body. He's just winning all these mini battles at the start of the point, which is then giving him that advantage by initiating the attack. Can Ovtcharov make the comeback?
He's done it before, hasn't he? And I think his opponent will be well aware of that, will not be getting ahead of himself, Kallberg, at all here. Lead up to 5 now. Surely this is, I mean, if you look at a position, you look at games, how they're played from 7-2 here, surely this is one too many for Ovtcharov, who's had to put so much into digging this match back. Numerous occasions. But the point is, you don't write him off with what he's done. And it's got to be even Kallberg there, Dan, if he gets to close to the line, it's going to be even tougher for him, you'd suggest, this time, because of what's happened in the third and fourth games. It's going to be an even harder one to finish off if he gets there. Such a wonderful event, of course, Kallberg. It can get even better here if he can finish it off this time. Come right through the qualifying. The big wins along the way, of course, in the main draw. Lee Sang-soo and Jae-yun in the last couple of rounds. And this would top the lot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it sure would. Really big couple points here.
8-4.
A towel down as Ovtcharov has to steady himself here to try and come back yet again. Grueling matchup for both now, mentally as much as physically here. It's the strength of the European game. I come back to it though. We've made references to it throughout. 5 Europeans in the last 8. Strength of the game in the region. Competitiveness.
8-5.
There are so many players on the circuit right now that are just causing all sorts of upsets, and as you say, Guy, the level is so strong. Again, Anton misses that counter. Domitrij played 2 slower spin balls there on the backhand, which is interesting. Anton seems to prefer the harder shots coming at him.
I wonder whether it was a deficit too far for Dima. If he was hearing, he just would have said, nope, no chance, I'm getting back in this. And he is almost there now, 1 point adrift. Now levelly, what is it, trailed by 5 points?
8-4, yeah.
8-4.
Domitrij, I don't know what's happening. When he's going down, is that's when he seems to be doing his attacks and actually imposing his game. Anton want to try and take at least one of these points off his serve. Shot, there's one of them.
I'd like even more than that, of course. With Ovtcharov's service to follow.
Yeah, clever switch there. Anton's been playing cross quite a lot throughout this game, going down the line, mix it up. This time Domitrij, the touch towards the middle. I think Anton was expecting it to come long. Yeah, enough backspin there, and we're locked at 9-0 on Dima's serve. What a game this has been. On the edge of my seat.
Yeah,
so
I know. What a day it's been so far.
Don't know what to expect.
So many good matches here at WTT Star Contender Doha. As we might have expected, quarterfinals, players in form, top names coming head to head. Both 2 points away from the semi-final. And now Ovtcharov is almost there. Oh, he's been so close so many times, Anton Kallberg.
Domitrij with his trademark backhand serve. Going to go in for it again on match point. Are you kidding me?
That's a fitting finish, and that's an incredible dig from Domitrij Ovtcharov. He's forgotten how to lose here in Doha. Anton Kallberg cannot believe that. He's had 6 match points. He was 2 up. And somehow, he's lost out. I don't think Dima can believe that, how he's pulled that off.
Rally of the day at the last point. That's the craziest tables match I've ever seen.
I mean, you go back over it. Kallberg was the better player for most of that as well. You know, earlier part of the match,
he clawed that.
What's a match point as well?
I feel for Anton, but Domitrij.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's forgotten how to lose at the moment. I mean, every other time he loses that match. 4 match points Kallberg had in the third, 2 more in the fourth, and Ovtcharov through in the decider. Absolutely rock solid mentally, the German. He just keeps on going here in Doha, into the semis.
What a feeling that must be after a point like that.